in Chicago, so I had to run back to my favorite soup of all time, this lasagna soup.
It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't wanna
tomato paste. Oh. How much oil do you put? Just enough?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah, the bon.
Put the volume down. Hi guys, so let me show you how I made my lasagna soup. As you can see before, I just put some oil, chopped like half an onion, and I put some minced garlic in there. And then I'm getting my ground beef chuck. Everything I got was basically from Walmart. I've been seeing this recipe online, so I had to try it. So I put half of the meat in there. I realized my pot was burning. So then I put the remainder half in there. And then I also used a mild Italian ground sausage. And I chopped that all up in there as well. Yeah, getting to work, you guys. I actually had fun making this. If you know how to make lasagna, that's basically the same thing. But there are some things that I did and I know what to do better next time. As you can see here that the meat changed color, I did use some sazon to season my meat. And then I just went ahead and chopped it all the way through to make sure that the meat was being cooked thoroughly. I also used some red crushed pepper to give it a little bit of, I don't think red crushed pepper is spicy. Anyways, I'm just following the recipe I saw online. Then I used some Hunt's tomato paste. This one came with like basil, garlic, all this type of stuff, and oregano, so I just used that. I put it all throughout the meat. I used the whole can. I got a small can, so I used the whole can of it, and then I stirred it all up in the pot. That's gonna give it some browning color. Like, you know, our people, we call it like pot tomat. We use that to, you know, give the meat a little bit of color. So as you can see, we have that. I use the ragu, the chunky mushroom one. When I called my mom, she told me that's the best one to use. At first, I wasn't gonna use all of it, but then I was like, oh no, I think the recipe calls for you to use the whole can or the whole bottle. So I used the whole bottle, as you can see. And then I went ahead and I stirred it in. By the way, if you are 4 minutes in this video, go ahead and give it a like, okay, comment and subscribe. And I used chicken broth for the first time. I've never used chicken broth before. That's something I'm going to start. I know y'all heard that sizzling. To season the sauce, the meat and everything, I use some chicken bouillon from Knorr. I call it Knorr seasoning. This is a staple in my household, okay? We use that Knorr seasoning. I put some basil leaves in there. I believe I put parsley. yeah, we put some parsley in there, and we also used some oregano seasoning. Oregano. There was something else, Italian seasoning. I didn't have that, but that's fine. Oh yeah, that's the oregano. But if you have Italian seasoning, you can put that in there as well. I didn't have any. And I also put some cayenne pepper. I'm very heavy-handed. As you can see here, I don't have no measurements. I'm heavy-handed, but for this one, I had to like be careful because I didn't want it to be too salty or anything. And I used some of that, what did I use? I used some of that chicken broth, and I shook it in the thing here for the ragu. And then I used that to disperse all up in there, and then I stirred it, and of course I tasted a little bit and added more seasoning. I used the heavy whipping. This is my first time using that, and you guys, I think this is where I started going wrong, but I think I used too much. I probably should have measured or seen like how much you're supposed to put. I was like putting like half. I think I put more than half, and as you can see here, it's starting to look creamy. The texture or the color of it is changing, but it's okay. Then I got some mild cheddar cheese, and I was grating the cheese, and then I think I used half of a block, and I put that in there to make it cheesy. One thing about me that I know everybody probably knows, if you know me, well, my family member, I love chicken wings, I love fries, and I love cheese. Okay, I love me some cheese. I love cheese. Cheese don't love me, but I love cheese. Anyways, I put some whole milk mozzarella cheese in there. That one was cheaper than a regular mozzarella cheese, which is crazy to me. And then I also use this mozzarella cheese. Oh my gosh, you guys. Fun fact, or we listen but we don't judge. I ate like a huge piece of that by itself like that. I love this mozzarella type of cheese, just like the texture and the taste of it. I love it. So yeah, that little piece went in my mouth. Okay, now it's time to put in the lasagna. So you just, use both of your hands and you crack it up and you just put it in there. You disperse it all throughout. Now I did have this cooking on low heat when I was cooking for most of the time. One thing that I will do different, I will probably boil the lasagna separately, make it like a little bit al dente, and then while it's halfway done, I would then pour it into this one, so that way it doesn't take that long to cook. And one thing my mom told me, the lasagna, the type of flour that's in there, it like runs everything dry, like it dried it up because it took so long to cook. But look at that cheese pull. I know y'all saw that. So as that's cooking on low heat, I use some ricotta cheese. I use about 3 scoops of that to make that cheese thing on top that the video that I watched did. I put some Parmesan cheese. I just did 2 handful. Okay, again, I don't measure. I just listen how they say. When they speak, you stop. And then I used some of the mozzarella cheese again, and then I topped it off with some parsley flakes. And then I went ahead and I mixed it all up together. Again, if you made it halfway through, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are doing Vlogmas. So I went ahead and I just, stirred it all up together, mixed it all up together. And of course I had a taste test. When I tasted it, that thing was bland. So I added some salt and pepper. Ground black, what is that, pepper? I didn't put salt, I just put pepper. I didn't want to put salt and make it salty. And of course I had to add my Knorr seasoning. Like I told you guys, this is a staple in my house. Okay, we use that Knorr seasoning, and then I mixed it all up together. After that, it was tasting better. Now this is what it ended up looking like. It wasn't even a soup anymore because I left it on low heat and it sucked it out, but it was still good nonetheless. Basically, your girl just made lasagna. Forget the soup, we just made lasagna on the stove top. Next time I know what to do better. Like I mentioned, cooking the lasagna separately and putting it in halfway through, and maybe making more sauce. And I also made cornbread because I don't like toast like that, so I made cornbread, and voila, this is the lasagna soup. Now we got to do our taste test. I'm showing it to you guys, well plated. This is my go-to plate. I love that little plate. Okay, we have to do the taste test. It was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Even my mom liked it, and she don't even like pasta, and she enjoyed it. My brother ate it, except for my sister. She tried me, but it's cool. It's another story. It was good. I'll probably do another video of how I make my cornbread. I actually put corn in there. I got the recipe from YouTube. But yes, you guys, it was pretty tasty. Have you tried making the lasagna soup? If so, comment down below and let me know how you liked it. And thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more Vlogmas. Bye.
Under the mistletoe.